there, welcome to Your Journey Yoga. I'm Cheryl. I hope you're having a great start to your day. I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking about you guys all the time, and just hope you're doing well. I know as we move through this time, it can be pretty challenging. So a reminder to do something every day to take care of yourself, something every day that makes you smile. Reach out to somebody at least every day, if you're not multiple people, and just let them know that you care, that they're on your mind, that you're sending them love and support and you miss them. This is my message to you guys. I miss you guys dearly. Those of you whom I've never met before, I still feel your love, you guys, so thank you very much for your support in your yoga journey with me. Appreciate it a ton. So today we're going to bring back the weights. If you really don't want to, no worries. Body weight, you guys, is an amazing gift when we're working to get stronger. You don't need extra weights. They're just there as kind of the cherries and sprinkles on top. So if you want to use them, you can. If you want to set them down, set them down. I would recommend probably lighter rather than heavier. If you want to have a couple sets of weights, do that. Use them as often as you want to. Feel free to set them down whenever you need to. You'll find some poses where you're like, yeah, I dig this, and other poses you're like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? So these are also a great way to, if anybody who struggles with kind of your wrists in down dog or doing any of the chaturangas or push-ups, plank positions, it's a great way because you're going to keep that wrist straight as opposed to the bend in the wrist. Wonderful tool. So if you want to just have them whenever you practice, they're just good to have kind of on either side of your mat, if you will, so they're not in your way. So I'm going to have you do that and just place your weights on either side of your mat. If you don't have a mat, just set them out of the way for you. Water, yeah, grab it handy. An open mind, smile on your face if you can find one. Hopefully we'll find one throughout this practice. But just a seated position that feels good to you. We're just going to get those shoulders rolled up and back and let go of some tension and tightness. Let the shoulders just gently slide down and away. Close your eyes this time. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, reach to the sky. Both arms come up. Other side, left hand down, right arm up and over. Inhale, reach to the sky. One more time each side. Just a great way to kind of check in. See if anywhere in particular you're holding tension. We're going to let it go. And reach to the sky. Both arms come up. Interlace your fingers. Bring your hands behind your head. Elbows wide. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, gently pull the chin towards the chest. Close the elbows around the ears. Inhale, lift the head, open the elbows wide. As you exhale, release the weight of the head back into your hands. Inhale it up tall. Once again, as you exhale, close the elbows around the ears. Again, inhale, open the elbows, and as you exhale, arch it back. Release the weight of the head back into the hands. Inhale it up tall, and as you exhale, lean to the left. Nothing super crazy. Just what feels right to you. Inhale it up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale it back up. Release your hands down by your sides. Let's turn and come up onto all fours to a tabletop position. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width, core nice and strong. Now you can grab your weights if you want to. So again, that bend in the wrist, if it's not great, here we are on those weights, and we have a nice straight wrist. Take a big breath in, press the chest or the tummy down towards the floor, gaze to the sky. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, cat and cow. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. One more time, inhale to cow. Exhale it to cat. Coming back to our tabletop. Grab your weights if you like. Again, don't have to use them. Core is strong. Now if you have round weights, make sure that you're good and steady. If you have a flat side on your weight, make sure that's against the floor. We take a big breath in, and as you exhale, lift that right arm straight out to the side. We're working to keep our upper body facing the floor, so we just extend that arm out. It doesn't have to come up super high, no higher than shoulder height, and slowly release it down. Other side, lift, shoulder height or lower. Feel how those obliques are working. The upper back, the shoulder, and release. One more time, right arm. Core stays strong, still facing towards the floor, and release it down. Other side, left arm lifts. We're lifting out of that right shoulder. Core is strong. And release. This time, let's lift straight out. Breathe. And release. Other side, lift. And release. This time, if you like, add the opposite leg. Spinal balance. Point your toes. Lengthen through the fingertips. Press those fingertips or the knuckles towards the front of the room. And release. Other side, if you like, add that opposite leg. Core is strong. Lifting out of that supporting shoulder. Strong through the belly. And release. Extend those arms out. Sit your hips back. Now we can release those weights and just release all the way back to child's pose. Nice big deep breaths. Just releasing through that lower back. Letting the tension go in the neck. Find your breath. Now let's take a hold of those weights once again. Hands shoulder width apart. We lift the forehead, tuck the toes. Make sure those hands are about shoulder width apart. Lift your hips. As we extend those legs, coming to our down dog. Head heavy, face soft. We're just going to alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Find your breath. Nothing super fast. We inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. We inhale it to high plank or high push-up position. Just hold your plank. Core is strong. Breathe. Now let's open up those feet just a little bit wider. This is going to give us a more stable base. If you want to add that challenge, keep your feet closer together. We're going to lift one hand up towards the base of our rib cage. So we pull the weight up, touching the base of the ribs, and release it down. Other hand, lift it up, and release it down. So a little bit of a single arm row. And down. We're going to keep our hips side by side. So we're not rolling open. One more time each side. So working the triceps, the back, the core. Lift the hips, keep the feet wide. And extend those arms. Inhale it back to your plank. Walk your feet in. Lift your hips to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Release the weights, bring the hands to the elbows, hold on, and gently sway side to side. Little arc around those legs. Keep the hands at the elbows, come back to center, shift some weight forward in your toes. Feel that deeper stretch to the backs of the legs. Feels pretty good. Now weight back into your heels. And you lift your toes, activating the muscles through the tops of the feet, through the shins. Little deeper stretch through the bottom of the feet and through the backs of the legs. Shift your weight forward. Now lift that weight forward. Reach your forearms towards the floor. How close can you get those elbows? Now just center your weight. Relax your arms. Take a hold of those weights if you like. Core is strong. Extra weight. A little more load on that back.
Slowly roll it up. Take your time. You're a rag doll being picked up by the waist. With a big shoulder roll at the top. Shoulders slide down and away. We turn the palms to face the front. Tummies are tight, glutes are tight. We inhale and reach those arms overhead. A little tap of the weights, and then slowly lower the arms down. So if you are not using weights, really extend through those fingertips. Core stays strong. Make yourself as tall as you can, and then slowly lower. Now, if you don't have weights at home, you can always use soup cans. Anything that adds just a little bit of weight. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Pull the hands to heart center. Feet are still hip width apart. Sit it to chair. So we can come as low in chair as you like. You can be taller. You can come low. But I want you to be aware of your chest. It is up. We're not leaning forward. We are staying upright. Weight is in our heels, and we are able to lift all 10 toes. Breathe. Now from here, open those arms out to a 90-degree bend. Core is strong. Press overhead slightly forward and back to 90. Overhead slightly forward and back to 90. 2 more. Over and back to 90. One more time, slightly forward and back to 90. Now stand tall and press overhead. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Release the weights, inhale up to monkey. Exhale down. Walk, step, or hop to high plank. Now watch your nose on your weights. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. No weights here. We inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. We bend the right knee. Left heel presses towards the floor. Switch sides. Left knee bends. Right heel down. Switch again. Right knee bends. And then the left. We inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And exhale, let your heels gently sink. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Pick up those weights. Inhale up to monkey, core strong. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And pull those hands to heart center. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey, half lift. Exhale down. Giant step back with your left foot. Back knee can come to the mat if you like. Core is strong. Slowly lift the chest. Let the weights just hang. So we come to a crescent lunge. Roll those shoulders back. Turn your palms towards the front. Bicep curl up. And slowly down. Bicep curl up. And slowly down. So a soft grip. We're not holding onto those weights with all our might. They're just resting in the palms. This time, now turn your palms, overhead press, and back to 90. So we're coming slightly forward in that overhead press, not directly over those shoulders. So the weights come back to the shoulders each time we come down. Core is remaining strong, so we're firing up those legs. At the same time, working the upper body. Core muscles are strong. One more time. Press it overhead, hold it. Breathe. Turn your palms towards one another. Now bend the elbows. Tricep extensions. If those legs need some love, guys, just straighten that front leg or bring that back knee down for support. Beautiful. 2 more. Elbows stay right outside those eyes, so just peripheral vision. Last one. Now slowly lower those arms down. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. We inhale it to high plank. One push up. Again. Little different sensation. Again. When we're not on the palms of the hands, lift your hips to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey, half lift, core strong. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And pull the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale up to monkey, half lift. Exhale down. Big step back with that right foot. Back knee down if you like. Core is strong. Really remember to keep that core engaged as you lift. That extra weight, guys, really adds a little extra load for that back. We rotate palms to the front and bicep curl. Slow and steady. So anytime you want to bring that back knee down, feel free. We're staying in tune with our form so that left knee stays behind those toes. Core stays engaged, chest lifted. 2 more bicep curls, slow and steady. Last one, we keep the weights up by the shoulders, turn the palms towards the front, overhead press. Little diagonal lift, so not straight over the head. We don't want to pinch any of the nerves in the shoulder. Slow, steady breaths. Again, those weights, just gently resting in the hands. We don't have a death grip on them. Breathe. 2 more. How's that leg doing? Last one, keep them up. Turn your palms towards one another. Tricep extension. Elbows, stay right over those shoulders. Just lowering the weights back to really fire up those triceps. Core staying strong. 2 more. So this isometric hold, guys, for those legs, whew, can you feel it? And extend. Slowly lower those arms down. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips. Sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. That feels good. And gently release it down. Holding your down dog. Or inhale it to high plank. Let's go super slow. Crocodile. So we still have those elbows right by the ribs. Nothing changes other than we get that bend out of the wrist. Super slow. Press it back up. Breathe. And lift your hips to down dog. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back heel to the floor. Rolling up. Careful with that back. Extending arms to the sky. We come to our warrior one. Turn your palms towards one another. Again, we're just resting those weights if we have them in the hands. So not a death grip, just a nice, gentle grip. Squaring the hips. Find your breath. So just by having the arms overhead, we are working our core. We are working the shoulders. We're working our back. We're working the arms. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. Square those hips, keep them square. And as you exhale, sink. Breathe. Slowly lower the arms to shoulder height. Slowly open those arms out to a T, shoulder height. Lift those arms overhead, keeping those hips square. Turn the palms towards one another. Lower the arms to shoulder height. Open the arms out to a T. Lift the arms. 2 more times, turn the palms towards one another. Slowly lower to shoulder height. Open the arms out to a T. Lift those arms overhead. 1 more time, turn your palms. Lower the arms. Open the arms. Lift the arms. Flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Inhaling to high plank. You remember those rows we did? Open those feet just a little bit wider than the width of your mat. Core is strong. Keep your torso straight ahead, just facing the mat. Pull up, base of the rib cage, and release. Base of the rib cage, and release. Base of the rib cage, and release. Last one, base of the rib cage, and release. Walk your feet in, lift your hips to down dog. Find your breath. Shift your weight to your right foot, left toes to the sky. As you exhale, sweep that left foot through. Back heel to the floor, core strong. Roll it up. Extend those arms to the sky. Our warrior one. Back heel pressing into the mat. These weights add a whole new dimension to the shaky phase. Love it. Sinking into your lunge as deep as you like, but maintain your form. Core is strong. Breathe. Lower those arms to shoulder height. Open the arms out to a T. Slowly lift those arms. Turn your palms towards one another. Slowly lowering. Slowly reopen. And lift those arms. Turn your palms towards one another. So by turning and rotating through the shoulder, we're working all the muscles throughout the shoulder girdle. If ever there is pain, guys, release those weights. Lower your weights. Whatever you like, just take care of yourself. We're challenging ourselves in different ways. One more time. Lower, open, and rise. I think we shorted ourselves. Lower, open, and rise. Turn your palms, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, feel free to grab a drink of water or inhale it to high plank. Find your breath. Breathe. Now we're going to incorporate some side planks here, with or without those weights. We're going to rotate from side to side. So as you rotate, you can place that left knee down and extend that right arm to the sky. Hand comes down across your chest. Release your weight. Roll to the other side and extend. And slowly release. And roll. And extend. Hand comes down across the chest. Place your hand down and roll to the other side. And extend. Hand comes down across the chest. Back to plank. We've got 2 more each side. Roll. And release. And roll. And release. One more time each side. Roll. And release. And roll. And release. Release your knees. Sit it back to child's pose. Hands on the mat. Release your weights. Find your breath. And then slowly walk those hands up. Come over onto one hip. Slide your feet on down. Now we don't need the weights for this. We might incorporate them a little bit. So just make sure that they're handy but out of your way. So we're going to come back, almost like we're going to sit back to boat, but we're going to keep our feet down. We're going to crisscross right elbow underneath the left, and we're going to bring the palms to touch. Now we're going to cross that right leg up and over, and if you're able, swing that right foot around behind your calf. If you can't quite get that the foot around the calf, it's okay. Just keep it as tight against your shin as you can.
Now we're going to rock back to the point where we can lift those feet, where we come into a boat pose. Now we've incorporated and we've kind of made an eagle boat. I need to come up with a clever name for that. If anybody has any ideas, shoot me a little message. So as we inhale, we're going to extend those feet out and we're going to lean back just a little bit. This is a pretty small movement, guys. And then as you inhale, bring it back in. Inhale it open, exhale it closed. So we're kind of compressing our little eagle boat as we open and close. Open and close. 2 more. Open and close. Little movement, but an intense one. And close. Now just hold here. Can those elbows just gently touch your thigh or your knee? Breathe. Now while we're still here in our eagle boat, we're going to switch our legs. So that left leg now crosses. If you can't quite wrap that foot, just tuck it against your shin. Now switch the arms. Left arm underneath the right. Bring your palms to touch. So we inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale, open. Exhale and close. You guys starting to feel this yet? Inhale it, open. Exhale it, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Open and close. Open and close. Release the arms, release the legs, support behind the thighs, lift your chest. So that should give you a little release for the lower back. Breathe. Now go ahead and open up those feet a little bit wider than your hips, bend the knees and just roll forward. A nice little stretch and a release for that lower back. Now while you're forward, go ahead and move your weight in towards the center, between your feet. And then slowly roll it up, 1 vertebra at a time. Pull the weights in towards you. We bring the hands to the chest. And we're going to rock back. Bring the feet to hip width apart. We slowly lower down, keeping the soles of the feet to the floor. Find that lowest point where you can feel the connection of the soles of the feet. And we're going to roll to one side. And back to center. Other side. And back to center. Roll to center. Roll to center. Now we're going to add on here, if you like, by extending. So as you roll to the left, reach out with your right. Come back to center. As you roll to the right, reach with the left. Come back to center. Roll and reach. And back to center. Roll and reach. And back to center. And rise. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees open out nice and wide. We're in a butterfly position. Breathe. Let's rotate palms to the sky. We extend the arms out. And hold. So be mindful what your upper body is doing. Oftentimes we'll kind of hollow out and sink in. We want to sit up tall. The longer the levers, the more intensity. So if you need to bend the elbows, bend the elbows. Breathe. Just hold. Breathe and hold. Let the knees do whatever they want to do. Find that breath. Can you feel shakiness yet? Now open those arms just a little bit. So now we incorporate different muscles. Breathe. Palms are still facing the sky. Chest is still lifted. Our core is still engaged. Open those arms out to a T. Lifting and lengthening through the crown of the head. Palms still open towards the sky. Breathe. Now rotate your palms towards the floor. Make sure you've got a hold of those weights. I just kind of tucked my thumb underneath. Breathe. Bring them forward just a little bit. So by shifting the palms towards the floor, we recruit different muscles, which is a good thing because if we were working the same ones, they'd be really tired. Not that they're not already. And then out in front. Can you feel the quiver in your muscles? I hope so. That just means you're working hard. Are you leaning back? We want to sit up tall. Now slowly lower those arms. Release your weights. Hinge it forward. Relax the weight of your head. Nice deep breaths. Now starting at that tailbone, slowly roll it up. Now you can set your weights off to the side. I know it'll break your heart, but we're done with them for now. Let's open up nice and wide. So we have done a lot of work. By adding weights, we've added a lot of extra work for that lower back, middle back. So if you're feeling it a little bit, just be mindful, guys. Make sure you drink lots of water, take some extra time, do some little extra stretches today. We'll do a few more anyway. But if you're feeling it later, there's a good reason for why. You guys worked hard. Add a flex of your feet, reach to the sky, turn towards that right leg, hinge it forward, reach it out. Work to center your tummy and chest onto that right leg. Hands to the floor, nose toward your knee. Find your breath. So if this is something entirely new to you, if it was a little bit frustrating, my apologies, but it will get better. It's really pretty cool adding those weights with our yoga practice. Inhale, lift just slightly, turn towards center. Bring the back of that right shoulder along the inside of your leg, best you can. Palm side up, slide your hand underneath your calf, or take a hold of the sole of your foot, left arm up and over. Rolling that left shoulder back, gazing towards the sky. Now keep that left shoulder rolled back, turn your gaze towards the floor, and tuck your chin towards that right collarbone. Keeping the chin tucked in, circle that left arm around behind you. Circle the back of your waist just as far as you can reach. Just stretching through the front of the shoulder. Longer stretch through the neck. Wonderful stretch all the way down that left side of the body. Circling that left arm back up and over. Inhale and reach. Both arms come up. Exhale, turn towards that left leg. Hinge it forward, reach it out. Work to place the center of your tummy and chest onto that left leg. Hands to the floor. Nose towards your knee. For any feedback, guys, you know I love it. Any requests, please let me know. Inhale, lift just slightly. Turn to face front. Back of that left shoulder along the inside of that left leg, best you can. Palm side up, slide it underneath your calf, or take a hold of the sole of the foot. Right arm circles up and over. Rolling that right shoulder back, gazing towards the sky. Beautiful long stretch all the way down that right side. Now keep that right shoulder rolled back and turn your gaze towards the floor. Nestle your chin in, right next to that shoulder or collarbone. Now keeping that chin nestled in, circle that right arm around behind you. Circle the back of your waist just as far as you can reach. Circling that right arm back up and over. And inhale, rise, reach to the sky. Both arms come up. Exhale and release those hands. Sit up nice and tall. Rock back to the point where you can bring those legs together. We come to staff pose. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. There's a giant beach ball on your thighs. Round over it, hollow your tummy and chest. Tuck your chin, reach towards those shins or towards your toes. Now take a hold of the ankles, the shins, or the toes, and lift your spine towards the ceiling. Feel like that beach ball just got more inflated. Now we're going to flatten out that beach ball. Reach. And sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet and slowly roll it down. Take your time. Close your eyes. And relax. Let's bring one foot in by your bum and then the other. Feet are hip width apart. Hands come down by your sides, palms to the floor. We tuck the pelvis so that the small of the back presses into the mat, pressing through your heels to lift those hips towards the sky. Peel your spine off the floor one vertebra at a time. Up to bridge pose. As you reach the top of bridge pose, squeeze your buns, lift those hips, gaze towards your belly button.
If you like, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Work to extend those arms out nice and long. We're working to get full extension. If you're not quite able to get there, stay here, work on that. If you can get full extension, you're ready to move on if you'd like to. To move on, we roll one shoulder underneath us at a time. Working to stack those shoulders, helping to open the chest, lifting those hips nice and high. Breathe. Close your eyes if you like. Intensifying if you wish, shifting your weight to your right foot. Left leg extends to the sky. If you feel your hips drop at all, keep both feet down. Pressing through that right foot, extending through those left toes. Bending that left knee, placing your foot back to the mat to bridge pose. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right leg extends. Really press through the floor with that foot. Lengthen and reach to those toes. If you feel those hips drop at all, bring that right foot back down. Bending that right knee, placing that right foot back to the mat to bridge. Release your hands. Unroll one shoulder and then the other. Slowly releasing back down. One vertebra at a time. Now let's open up those feet just a little bit wider than the width of your mat. Bring the hands to your hips. We're going to work to keep those hips side by side. As we come one side or the other, you'll notice one hip wants to lift. We're going to resist that. Drawing that right knee in. Rolling to the inside of that right foot. Working to keep that right hip down. Should feel a really nice stretch. Starting in that lower back on the right, perhaps. Crossing through the hip. Across the leg and into the knee. Should feel any pain, guys. It should feel really good. Just use the strength of your leg to draw that knee down. Close your eyes. See if you can let any resistance go. And gently release the right side. And now we draw that left knee towards the inside. Rolling to the instep of that left foot. Again, mindful of that left hip. It's going to want to lift. We're not bouncing the leg. We're using the strength of that left leg to draw the inner thigh or the inside of your knee towards the mat. Again, if there's any pain, back off. Big, full deep breaths. And gently release. Bring one foot back to center and then the other. We cross that right foot above the left knee, pulling the knees in towards the chest. Reach that right hand through that little window and interlace your fingers behind that left thigh. Use the strength of your arms to pull those knees in and then just nestle your shoulders down against the mat. I hope this was fun for you guys today, something a little different. If this is your first time adding the weights with yoga, it can be amazing. Wonderful though. Extending that left leg to the sky, flex your foot. If you like, lift that upper body, engaging those core muscles. Getting a really nice little pressure massage in your back. Deeper stretch in the hamstring. Slowly release that upper body back down. Bending that left knee, releasing your hands. Placing that left foot to the floor, crossing that right leg all the way over the left. You remember those eagle poses? Yeah, we're gonna, if you like, circle that right leg behind the left and then gently release both knees to the left. Now, if you can't get that foot around the calf, no worries, guys. Right arm extends out to a T and turn your gaze out over that right arm. So with that left hand just resting on your knees, just kind of helping to pull those knees across. Wringing out tension, that flexibility in the spine anytime we do our rotations, our twists. Twisting, great detox. So as we hang out at home, hopefully you're not eating too crazy. But these twisting poses can kind of help wring out stuff too, along with tension, anxiety, all the negative stuff. It just helps let it go. Releasing that left hand, roll it back to center. Now we place that right foot to the floor. Left foot crosses above the right knee. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Reach that left hand through that little window. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Use the strength of your arms to pull those knees in. What a great stretch for that left hip, those glutes. Anybody dealing with sciatic nerve issues, piriformis issues, so good for you guys. So good for everybody. If you like, extend that right leg, flex your foots. Breathe. And if you like, lift the upper body. Nose towards your knee. That little pressure massage in that middle back. Deep core stretch for the glutes, for the hamstring. Activate those core muscles. Slowly release the upper body back down. Bending that right knee. Release your hands. Place that right foot to the floor. Left leg crosses all the way over the right. If you like, wrap that left foot around behind that right calf. Doesn't quite wrap, no worries. Left arm extends out to a T. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. And just gently guide your knees to the right. And take your gaze over that left arm. Close your eyes. Slow, deep breaths. Releasing that right hand, slowly rolling back to center. Pulling your left knee in towards your chest, and then the right. Hands to your shins just below your knees and gently rock side to side. We come back to center. Releasing the hands, placing the feet to the floor, knees bent, and just open up those knees to a reclined butterfly. Soles of the feet come together. Hands resting, one just below your belly button, one just below your sternum. Close your eyes and just taking a moment to quiet mind, body, and breath. Take a moment to celebrate the work you have put in to your well-being. Take a moment to notice how you feel inside and out. Strong, calm, centered, present, right here. Now take a moment. I want you to think of something that brings you joy. It might be a person, it might be a place, it might be an object, it might be a color. Something that brings joy to your life. Now throughout the day, I want you to come back to whatever that is that brings you joy. And let that joy fill you today. Let that joy spill out in all that you do today. As you're ready, slowly draw those knees together. Pull the hands behind the knees and rock yourself up. Return back to face front. A comfortable position that feels right to you. Rest your hands comfortably. Close your eyes. Take nice, deep, cleansing breaths. As we bring our practice to a close, I'll offer you a few words. These words are always something that you are welcome to take with you today. Would you just let them float on by? What about you is great? Focus on that today. Watch how your whole day gets better. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, thumbs to heart center.
My wish for you today is to have the best day you've had in a very long time. Take care of yourselves. Be well. And as always, guys, I look forward to the next time. Until then, namaste.